Welcome to TruPowur, home of the most powerful marketing tools, training, and technology on planet Earth. Get ready to earn, enjoy, and experience more than you ever dreamed was possible. If you're tired of just getting by and ready to really thrive, then buckle in and listen up. Here's your host, Matt Fox.
Well, hello, and welcome this fine day. Today on episode 265, we are going to be talking about the quick launch menu and the resources that are available to you in the different areas of the different platforms. And so without any further ado, let me share my screen and let's jump right into it. So by now, you should know where the quick launch menu is, but if you don't, it is available at agent.trupower.com. Now, I always find it easier if I'm using a Chrome browser to take and right-click on that tab and hit pin. There we go. All right. So you can see that now, once you pin that to your browser, it will shrink and stay over there on the left. So when you close the browser, reopen the browser, you won't have to go looking for it or go look for the link. It'll automatically always be there in the left-hand corner of your browser. So that's always a handy thing. So let's start from the top left and kind of work our way around through the quick launch menu and some of the things that are available. So the CRM, so once you log into, only on Zoom. Okay, so there you go. So now we are logged into the CRM and the dialer, and there's a couple places that I want to point out information that you can find that are resources that are available within the CRM and dialer. Starting here, when you come to the landing page, the high-level dashboard, under the videos tab, you do have some videos that are available. One is an overview of the CRM and dialer. More videos that will highlight different features of the pricing platform, advertising and marketing information that is available to you, as well as some marketing and holiday videos that you can use within any of your social media if that is of interest to you. One of the areas that is really important and a lot of people overlook, and that is the Documents tab. So into the Documents tab under the TruPowur Academy, there is good information in there, especially this document that will help you learn how to get past the gatekeepers. Under the TruPowur Start Here, you have the welcome packet. You should have reviewed that. A lot of different areas like prospecting, scripts for commercial, residential, overcoming objections, the energy industry. So there's a lot of available information available to you there. Under the utility audit, same thing. You've got a lot of resources that are available and brochures that are applicable to different types of industries. So if you have a need for that, you can certainly email that to the customer as well. Solar installed through the Powur platform. You have frequently asked questions by homeowners, overcoming objections, scripts, and then of course the solar farm. Same thing. There is a lot of resources available to you there. So these are all available under Documents. That is the CRM. Going across, let's go across to the top and select your email. So this is my training email. So if by now, everybody should have access to their email. One of the things that I always like to ensure that everybody understands is when you click up here at the top, you'll have a list of your contacts. So you have me there at the top with my email and phone number, the email to accounting, the email for the solar support, general support, and the utility audit support. And so all of that information is available right there. One of the other things that I would tell you, and that is you can create folders. So you can see I have some folders set here. If you come down here at the bottom, you can select that, create, and make a folder. And I have one where I put all of my onboarding in there so that I move all of that into one folder. So if you ever need to reference that at a future time, you'll have all of that stuff separated, easy to get to without having to go back through hundreds of emails at a later date. So those are just some of the high-level tips on using your email. The next is the commercial pricing platform. Now, the commercial pricing platform is the backside of the customer-facing or the public-facing website, which is where we put all of the residential deals. So if we look at the residential side or the publicly facing side, you still have access to residential, business, and electric and natural gas. So you do want to make sure that the first time you come in here, you want to make sure and put in your sales code, which is the same as your extension. Once you've done it once, I can get out of here. When I go back in there, it will remember and put that in there. If you don't have that sales code applied, then any deal that you put in through the front of the platform will not show up in your back office. So if that happens, let support know and they can transfer that over to you. But make sure you apply that sales code. The backside of that is the pricing platform where we enter all of our commercial deals. And so you can add the customer or you can do an instant quote. A couple of things to note here is you can look at your financial profile as to where you stand on commissions. If you are an agent, it might look a little bit different. If you're a broker, your screen should look like this. And as you increase your sales, you're going to increase the overrides in your system. So that's handy as well. One of the other things that you want to look at is right here under the menu where you have the market updates. You've got reports on commissions, market overviews. That is going to show you what states are available. For example, commercial custom pricing in a lot of states, a lot less for commercial matrix pricing and residential pricing. So market overviews and market data analytics, and we'll go into more training a little bit later down the road. So that is the back office of the pricing platform. So the next tab is the utility audit, which is typically what we're focusing on during the day. When during business hours, we use the utility audit as our door opener. This is where you would submit those customers who have sent you a copy of their utility bill. So you want to put in your name, your TruPowur email address, the customer's information, and if they sent you an electric bill, then attach a copy of that electric bill and then hit submit. That will get that to the auditors and get them underway. And then we will follow up with you as to what those next steps are. The other tab here, which is AutoPilot. AutoPilot is very similar in the sense of cost centers. In other words, all of the different areas that are available. The utility audit, there's a lot of areas that we audit other than just the electric bill. The AutoPilot is a bill reduction where we don't go backwards and get a refund, but we actually look at what they're doing today and moving forward. And this is a service that is unique in the industry, that we do not change any of their services. So all of their services are going to remain exactly the same. The only difference is that we renegotiate what they're actually paying by taking their volume and usage and adding it to our greater volume of interest, and are typically able to reduce what they're paying moving forward, $400 to $1,700 a year for a residential customer. And the commercial customers can be uniquely higher than that as well. So the AutoPilot bill reduction service, again, is moving forward where the audit goes backwards. The AutoPilot bill reduction moves forward and does not change any of their services. And that is available for both residential and commercial. So if you do have a customer who is just not willing to do anything as far as changing their supplier in order to get them a better rate for whatever reason, then I would look at AutoPilot as a way to help that customer save additionally without switching anything. At some point, they're going to have to renew their contract. So we want to make sure and keep them in the fold. The next is the request for solar proposal. And so unless you have the Powur platform established, then you're going to want to submit your solar deals, the ones that we install solar. And so again, you're going to put your name and email and then the customer's information, answer a few of the questions like the age of their roof and what type of roof is it, and attach a copy of their electric bill. Everything that we do requires a copy of their electric bill. So there's a video available that will go into more about that if you have questions. So the solar enrollment allows us to install solar on the customer's roof, making them energy independent. The audit resources. So if you're doing a utility audit and want to find more resources for the utility audit, that is also available right here. Now, on the website, there is an area where they can get more resources, except that the resources you have actually are a little different. So you have a lot of sales resources such as sales pitches, answers to objections, phone scripts, email scripts, things like that, other than the brochures and letters of reference and case studies and things like that, which are also available in the documents folder in the CRM. So take advantage of that. That is the audit, utility audit resources button right here. Going back over to the right, occasionally you may talk to a customer that may or may not necessarily always know what they're paying for their electric. And if you're going to put a number in, whether it's in the back of the pricing platform or on the residential side to let them see what their savings is, you can get a good idea by using the average electric rates that are available nationwide. And to do so, click on that. You can see that residential and commercial are available. So these are updated every quarter on the month. And so if you're talking to somebody in New Jersey and it's residential, currently the average residential customer in New Jersey is paying cents per kWh. For people in Delaware, that's 14. Arizona is at 13.10. So you may need to reference that from time to time in order to really be able to facilitate a good, reasonable quote for that customer. So if the customer doesn't know, this is a good place to reference. So their rate may obviously be slightly different, higher or lower. This is an average to give you a good idea as to what people are paying across different markets in different states. The customer appreciation. So this is kind of neat. That is available. By default, it automatically comes up to the $500 worth of restaurant cash that they get a certificate that they can use. There's a video available to explain a little bit more about that. But in essence, all you really need to do is put the customer's email address in there and hit submit, and the system will send them $500 in restaurant cash. Now, up here at the top, you'll see where it says select theme. There are a multitude of different things that are available that you can use in your marketing efforts, whether you're using that to get people to move a little quicker, or if you use it the way I do as a way to say thank you for getting the bill to me on time, or thank you for doing business with us, or what have you. So there's a lot of different things that are available. Feel free to use it. The company's already paid for it, so you might as well take advantage of it. So that is under that tab right here, where you have the customer appreciation and marketing gifts. Request customer leads. We've talked about this a lot, and it's valuably important because I see people all the time that are requesting leads in areas that there are no next steps. What do I mean by that? Well, if I select leads, for example, in Alabama, I can do the utility audit, a commercial utility audit that's available in all 50 states in Canada. And I can do the AutoPilot bill reduction for both residential and commercial in all 50 states in Canada. But if I request Alabama leads, that's all I have. I have no extra steps. I can't do any solar. I can't do any residential pricing, commercial pricing. So but keep that in mind, that when you're requesting leads and you have different options, you might want to select the options that say like District of Columbia. I've got, the utility audit, AutoPilot, electric and gas for commercial, custom pricing, electric matrix pricing, electric and natural gas for residential pricing. I don't have anything for solar, but you can see in some of these states like Illinois, you've got a lot of those things available. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is check the market updates. And that is tied into the back of your pricing platform. This is where we do the analytics on a daily basis and then create this report automatically on a daily basis across all markets as to where the best markets are. So if I'm focusing right now during business hours on commercial electric accounts, then Delaware, Illinois, Massachusetts, and the list goes on as to what states are going to be the best for me to focus on, where I'm going to be able to provide the greatest amount of value and impact for that customer. For commercial natural gas, again, a list is available. Residential electric, natural gas residential. And then, of course, as we have different auctions, when they conclude, then you will see a list of those. And so this report gets updated in the afternoon. This is yesterday's report. So at the close of yesterday, you could see that there were 6 reverse auctions or custom pricing that were concluded, which means they started 3 days earlier. So these are the results of those reverse auctions. So for Illinois Electric and for New Jersey Electric, so you can see if you look at best matrix rate, and then you look at what we were actually able to offer them, it saved them 1.63 mils, which is significant. That's 1.6 cents. And when we're talking about being able to offer the customer a much better position, that can add up, especially if it's sizable. It also means that the suppliers in Illinois and New Jersey are being a little more aggressive than others. For natural gas, the same thing. So if I'm making a decision, I might choose Illinois or New Jersey over another state just because I know that they're going to be a little more aggressive in pricing. So when you come down here, you're going to put in your name and TruPowur email address, not your off-network email address, and your sales code, which is your 3-digit extension sales code. Everything is tied to that number. So from here, if I'm looking for commercial customers, then when I open this up, if I select Illinois, it is also going to remind me as to what things are available for both residential and commercial. So I selected commercial. So that means that based on that, I can do the utility audit. I can do electric matrix pricing, electric and natural gas custom pricing, which is the same as the reverse auction, as well as AutoPilot bill reduction. So this also has a lot available for residential customers as well. So keep that in mind when you are requesting leads from support to get those uploaded into your CRM. So request customer leads right here. And then of course, if you need some additional training, some one-on-one time, then feel free to take advantage of the one-on-one training. Please don't use this to just ask a simple question. Send support an email if you've got a simple question. But if you genuinely need some time and some training on something specific, then definitely take advantage of that. Accounting, this is an area that is very useful to you. Whether you need to put in a change of address or you need to change your direct deposit information or update a credit card or CRM or anything else that you need, that is all available under accounting. You also have a button for that one-on-one training if you need it. So that's available under the accounting button. Back over here on the left, the Zoom meeting times, which you should know because you're here. And so depending on whether you're Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific, the time obviously is going to be a little bit different for you. We start our trainings every Wednesday at noon Central. And so you can click that button, get set up, and you should get reminders that get emailed to you as well. Now, here's some extra tools that I think that you will find beneficial. I use them all the time. And so one is the alarm. So if I know that I have a call that is scheduled, that I need to be on the phone with somebody at a specific time and I need to be alerted, you can just set that alarm and say, okay, at 3, maybe if I need to be on the phone at 4 o'clock with somebody, I'm going to set that alarm for 3:59 and hit start. And once it gets down there, an alarm will go off to alert me that I need to get on the phone with somebody that I had a determined time to speak with them. So there are some holiday tools and things like that that are available, but the alarm is very handy just to keep you on point so that you don't miss an appointment. The PDF tools is very valuable. And so if you have a customer that sends an electric bill and maybe they have sent it to you in an image rather than a PDF, then you can convert that image to a PDF. And then you can take all those separate pages and merge it together so that it's in one file. Or if they sent you 12 months worth of bills all in one file, well, we don't need that. We just need the most recent one. So you could split that out. If the file is too big, you can compress it. If you want to convert a PDF to a Word doc so that you can edit it or take some of that information and use it to your benefit, there's a lot of great PDF tools that are available to you right there. The next one, if you are finding that you're having connectivity issues in the CRM or in any of the platforms, one of the first things I would do is check the speed of your internet to make sure that everything is running correctly. If in general, if you can watch a Netflix video, then you should be able to run all of the systems. So, but that's always good to check anytime you get an error or something like that. Just double check your speed, make sure that everything is running optimally. Access to the TruPowur Discord platform is right here. And so if you hit accept and invite, if you're already logged into Discord, then it should just take you right in there. There is a lot of valuable information available in the Discord. So you've got all of these different areas that you can access, training schedules, webinars, general stuff, social media, scripts, leads, marketing information, social media. So there's all kinds of stuff that is available within the Discord platform. So that's always a good place to reference for additional information as well. Past live Zoom training. So when we record our trainings, they get posted to the YouTube channel. So if you click on that button, that will bring you to the past trainings that are available. And so you'll see over here on the right-hand side, all of the past trainings that are available. So if you're looking for something, one of the best things to do is to click on the show more, and it will break it down into different time bites so that if you're wanting to review something, you don't have to watch the entire video. You can go there and just click on a specific timestamp, and it will take you to that section of the video. The calculator for annual KWH. Don't use this a lot, but you can find it valuable if you're trying to just get a good idea as to how much a building is using from time to time. And of course, there we go. And so let's say, for example, you have a customer that has a building that is 250,000 square feet building, and that building is an office building, then in general, it's going to use about 4.5 million kWh per year. If that customer is paying 9 cents, remember, we can look at those average rates from the quick launch menu nationwide. But if that customer is paying 9.5 cents per kWh, that tells you that that customer estimated monthly bill is going to be about $35,000. Annually, they're going to spend a little over $400,000 a year on their energy costs. So anytime you change what type of building that is, obviously a church uses a whole lot less energy, and they're typically only using energy not every day during the week. So this is a very handy tool if you are trying to get a rough idea as to how much energy that business is using, just to double check yourself. Some of the other areas here is the sales call recordings. That is available to you on SoundCloud, where you can go in and listen to some calls that others have made that are quality calls, just to give you a good idea as to what a call should sound like. So we're always adding more to that. So the other last thing here is the solar power dashboard. Now, if you are already registered as a solar consultant, then you have access to this dashboard. Couple of things. When you look over here on the left-hand side and you come down here to Powur University, that is where you're going to access your tier 1 training. So, and there's all kinds of training that is available. So you don't have to just stop at the tier 1, but you're going to want to get the tier 1 certification completed as quickly as possible so that you're eligible for that first M1 payment. The other thing that I would tell you is that just about anything and everything that you can imagine is available in the knowledge base as well. So if you click on the knowledge base and you are looking for, a business plan, you can select that. And this is a really good tool to get you on point with your solar sales. Just about anything and everything that you can imagine that you are interested in learning about or finding more details, you can just type it in here and it will tell you. So market spotlight on Texas. So there is a lot of information that is available. So just about anything you can think of is going to be available to you in the knowledge base, and that's right over here. So that is in the Powur platform. So if you do or are registered with the Powur platform, it's $85 a month. You don't have to have it because you don't need it. You can submit your solar deals right here. But if you want to have more control over your deals and you want to build out a team of ambassadors and other solar sellers, and build that business and create more residual, then you probably are going to want to acquire that. Now, since you are part of TruPowur, if you do decide to go that route and pay the additional $85 that platform cost, I don't own Powur. Uniquely, they're spelled a little bit the same, but they are one of our suppliers. It's not required that you have it. It's a good idea. But if you decide to go that route, then we will actually credit your agent or broker license the $85. So if you're a broker and you're paying $500 a month, then when you go into your next month billing, it'll be $415 because you're paying $85 to Powur, $415 to TruPowur. So you're never paying more than the $500. So just to make that point so that everybody is a little bit clear on that. Down below that, you have all of the social media and websites. And then, of course, the commercial sales cycle in phases, as well as the states that are available for the free solar, which is the solar farm, and a link to the solar farm. You have a unique link within your email signature that is tied to you. So the process in setting a customer up on that is fairly simple, putting in their zip code, selecting their utility, not their supplier, the utility, and then hitting next, and then selecting, should pull up the solar farm that would be tied to that customer in that specific area. So it's a very simple process. It would literally take you about 5 minutes to sign somebody up. So those are the areas of the quick launch menu. And so I'm going to pause here for a moment, open the floor for a little Q&A. As always, we do not record the Q&A session. So if you do have questions, then next time join us to get your questions answered. So let me go ahead and unmute everybody, and we'll be right back. Well, we had a great training today and a lot of good questions and answers. And so, as always, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So have fun storming the castle. Bye now.